Hello, we're playing more Isaac today. Small side note, we're using save file 2 now, because apparently in version 1.04 and onwards, I guess, apparently they're fixing it in 1.05. There's a small bug that can delete file 3 entirely if you like skip the intro, because if you know it was either if you close the game during the intro sequence or if you close the game via the title screen or something like that. It was really strange, but apparently that can break things. Fortunately, someone under the name of Roundshot made a save file editor, and I edited save file 2 to be more like what we did. Although we don't have the cool thing anymore that looked weird. Now we just have sort of the generic I killed mom's heart twice thing. So we did lose some progress, but I managed to sort of make it as much as it previously was. So that's good. And as such, we're just gonna have a good time playing a game. I think today we're gonna play as Samson, because I feel like it. Samson's kind of an interesting character. In the previous game, he was terrible, but in this game, he's actually kind of fun. Because he starts off with, I think the item is called Bloody Rights or something like that. He starts off with the little bandana on his head. And I believe the way it works is that the more damage I take on a floor, the more damage I will actually deal as well. And that can sometimes lead to some pretty interesting strategies where you just sort of take a whole bunch of damage just on purpose to deal more damage to enemies later on. And it can be kind of interesting. Obviously, at this point in the game, we won't really need to do that on account that we are in basement floor 1, and it's a bit pointless to do it there, but it is kind of semi-useful for later parts, especially if you have like the dead cat or something like that. You can just kill yourself like 8 times, and then the 9th time you'll just deal a whole bunch of damage, and it's kind of hilarious. But we're just gonna see what kind of items we're gonna get, if we're going to get anything useful. And if I broke my save file in such a way by when I edited it, it's very possible. It's kind of I had to sort of manually choose the things I had unlocked, and it's possible that I missed something here or there. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure I did things correctly. Either way, we're just gonna keep shooting dudes. Try not to explode when they get too close. Watch as that guy tries to flank me but failed. I'm pretty sure it's the left one that will explode and the right one that will maybe drop a key, maybe? That'll be fun. Hey, 2 keys. Although the other one was just for killing the things in the room in general. We got a remote bomb generator, and that might actually be pretty good. It gives us 5 free bombs, which is always nice, of course. And I might use one of those bombs over here. Like right now, if I just don't do anything, the bomb will just not explode. It will just sort of stay in that state. But if I use the item, it explodes. And it is quite, well, it's better than nothing, I guess. It makes hitting enemies with bombs a little bit easier, obviously, on account that you don't need to, like, time it anymore. So that's kind of nice. There's a lot of items, like usable items, which are better, but I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. Especially in situations like this as well, where it's otherwise quite difficult to actually time this properly, due to the large amount of nonsense that's over here. Now I'm slightly tinted red compared to previously because I took some damage there. And I'll deal like 0.3 more damage or something. Like I don't know how much it actually is exactly. I'm not really much with numbers in this game. I just sort of do stuff. I just do whatever looks most entertaining. I don't know specifics. There are other people who play the game and try to min-max everything, and I am just not one of those people. I'm just one of those people that picks up the things and helps to do this stuff, and usually it works out quite well. How about you? What? How did... I guess he was like slightly not yet on the floor or something, but I missed him with my bomb there, and that is kind of a waste on account that we don't have that many bombs right now. But again, we're on floor 1. It doesn't really matter all that much. One thing I might actually do is go back to that sacrifice room and just lower myself to half a heart, and we unlock this cellar apparently. Fair enough. I don't actually know what the requirements for this cellar are. It might be that you just beat a whole bunch of basement bosses or something, but I'm not 100% sure about that one. And I also don't know if messing with the save file caused that to be unlocked right there, because I'm pretty sure there's been one boss which you haven't actually seen in the boss room, which is Dingle, the big poop, the happy one. Oh, there we go. You only needed one. That's kind of nice. I was a little bit worried. Like, if I was on half a heart, it would have worked regardless, and that's why I kind of walked back for it as well, because with when I'm at full hearts, I usually don't bother. But since I was already at like 2.5 rather than 3, I figured I might as well try, since there was a heart in that room as well. But it ended up being pretty okay. We got our health back again as well, so all in all, not the worst deal we've ever had. And I think we can move on to the next floor. And let's see if this floor contains great things. Let's see if this floor will contain the thing that we are going to need. And also, again, let's try not to take any red heart damage. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Maybe. Unlikely, now that I'm looking at what I'm fighting here, but there's a chance I might not die to these spiders. Oh god, they're surrounding me. That, so far, it's sort of barely working out. I do not like that particular area. It's too crowded for me. I'm going over here. Like, those red spiders can just run all over the place as well. It's terrifying, and that guy exploded, but all in all, we're doing pretty okay. I'm genuinely surprised we didn't take damage in that room there, because rooms like that are the bane of my existence. These white things that are like slowly growing, eventually when they're like fully grown, they start spawning spiders, and I don't want to deal with that. There's a lot of spiders here. I think we actually are in the cellar right now, aren't we? Yeah. Which, normally you start off in the basement, and the cellar is basically the harder variety of that same floor. You're gonna fight more spiders, a lot more spiders. There's a good chance that we are going to fight a boss called the Haunt. Although I don't know if he, like, specifically needs to be unlocked. And I'm kind of hoping he does specifically need to be unlocked, because he's actually a pretty nasty boss. Also, you can, like, sort of bend your tears the way they go by just running in that, like, up and down and then shooting, which is quite nice, actually. Because then I don't have to worry so much about them actually firing at me. As long as I'm far enough away from these guys, they will not actually shoot at all. And that's quite nice, you see. It's quite nice, quite peachy. And it deals some more damage, I suppose. Although, like, the common cold doesn't actually, like, affect all of your tears. It only affects some of them. Kind of how, like, the common cold would do that, I suppose. But still, it's not the greatest item in the world, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? We're just gonna keep moving. We're just gonna keep killing these guys. They're trying to kill me. Avoid the dude with the bomb in his face, because they are quite fast. I took damage there. And I'm not actually sure from what. I'm mad now. That is actually... Wow, this is actually going terribly. I don't know why I took damage there. Was it that champion, maybe? Maybe. I might be dead here. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Oh, wow, okay. I'm doing this all according to some sort of plan, but I'm not sure whose yet. Oh, God. Yep, he explodes as well when he decides to blow himself up like that. So we're playing it about as non-safe as possible while we're just getting destroyed by spiders over here. And with a build that basically deals very little damage. And we found a secret room, apparently. All in all, it's going pretty terribly. And it's very, very small chance we're actually going to get a devil deal on this floor because of all this nonsense. But hey, we're still alive, barely. Maybe. Okay, we got 2 hearts back out of that at least. God, that was not good. That was not good at all. So the floor, like the room below me, needs 2 keys. We can also just blow it up with a bomb since we're in the secret room. And it contains a whole bunch of stuff over here. If you also just leave the room now, it's just open, which is nice. I guess it's only locked from one side or something, and magic or whatever. Those chests can only be opened with bombs. That chest contained a bomb, which I could have used, but I didn't because I was impatient and just used my own. And this makes my feet strong. I forget what this does. I think this, like, makes you immune to, like, spikes. But I might be wrong about that. I think it also, like, no longer gets you slowed down when you walk over a spider web, which are here and there and then all over the place. I'm gonna blow it up with a bomb. And you can also, like, barely shoot in between the, like, these 2 rocks if you shoot it correctly, which is kind of nice because then it, like, shrinks a bit and you have some time to actually fire at it for a while. This is a nasty floor. It's just filled with these huge rooms of enemies. I am not liking this at all. I would be very okay with this not being a thing right now, but The floor speaks, and the floor gives, and the floor takes away, or whatever they always say about those things. At least we got a key out of that particular enemy. But man, this is just not good. Also a seed, I guess. I need to probably just edit video descriptions and keep that in. I need to like remember to actually do that as well, because like how often are you gonna press start every time you start a game normally? It doesn't really happen all that frequently, at least not for me. I'm not one of those start pressing people. That's not what I do. Alright, that's another room dead. I guess we're going to the next giant room filled with nasty. This time it's just a bunch of poop. And that's actually not so bad. That's manageable. That was very manageable. I would have actually liked if at some point the lucky rock would drop, because the nice thing about the lucky rock is that you basically get a coin out of every single rock you destroy. And you can get quite a lot of money that way, and it makes life a little bit easier, but we haven't actually seen it yet. Oh. Then again, trinkets seem to be oddly rare in this game, compared to the previous game where they were actually... Yeah, you had quite a large variety of trinkets you could get, and they would actually drop quite frequently. In this game, they don't drop that much, it doesn't seem so at least. But, oh well. Might as well check out what's in the store. We have a fair amount of money. Yeah, that's not really that interesting. But we can put some coins in the donation machine. Let's see how long it'll let us put money in. Would be nice if we could just put in a whole bunch. Hey! Store upgrade level 1. So future stores will now, I think, usually just carry a few more items. Maybe, like, instead of 3, it'll sell 4 and stuff like that. I think that's how it works, maybe. Also, I never actually did this right here, which I kind of want to do, obviously, on account of cool things potentially being in there, and there was nothing. There was like virtually nothing in there. Bombs are key. It replaces the amount of bombs you have with the amount of keys you have, and vice versa. Health up. That's quite nice. It actually just gives me a new health container, which is always welcome. Doesn't fill it immediately, unfortunately, but there is still a heart over here. I think we can safely say we're not going to get to Mom in 20 minutes, given that we're still in the basement. But that's fine. We're just gonna have to do that some other time. Those are just the kind of things you do when you just get a little bit of a better build from the get-go. Don't get the nastiest floors in the world, like stuff like that, you know? Little things. Just gotta be a little bit careful. Get nice things, and then you just rush to Mom's place and destroy everything, and then you leave again. That's the general idea. And these black spiders explode when you kill them, so you want to be a little bit careful with that at least. I say a little bit careful and then immediately get as close to them as possible. That's how it goes. Look up, we're actually getting really good pills this run, which is nice. As the Widow. The Widow's not so bad. The Widow was like, it's one of the enemies that was added in the original Isaac's like expansion pack when that first came out, and people were like, no, this boss is impossible. Yeah, why is this in the game? And it's actually just a really easy boss. You can actually just sort of stand right next to it, and it'll just always jump over you. So those are good times. But we got ourselves a blue mushroom, and it makes us shoot a little bit faster, and our tears a little bit slower, but that's not really so bad. I just want to be able to shoot really quick. We actually have 5 health containers right now, so one thing I might try to do is just ignore devil deals this run and try to get the 7 health containers to unlock Maggie, which is not a bad idea if I say so myself, and I'm the person who is judging my own ideas, so I'd say go for it, me, and that's what I will do. I did take a little bit of damage, so I'm kind of hoping I will at least open the devil deal. And maybe the devil deal will just contain, like, I don't know, like 3 red chests. That would actually be pretty cool as well. But I don't think I'm going to sacrifice health this run. Or at least not health containers. I'm going to try to see if we can unlock Maggie. That would just be the bee's knees. You also have a chance, like, in secret rooms, you generally... Well, there went my devil deal chance, pretty much. In secret rooms, you generally just get some random pickups, but you can actually get items from secret rooms as well. And it would actually be nice if we could get ourselves a health item from the secret room. So I might try to see if we can go inside of some of those and see if they lead to some interesting things. But first, we're going to have to find the secret room, and it looks like there's a fair amount of possibilities where it might be, so this is going to be a fun bomb-wasting adventure that we're going on. But first I'm going inside this room over here. And apparently we have Curse of the Unknown going on, so we cannot actually see. Is it the Curse of the Unknown? Blind. Blind is the one. Yeah, we got Guppy's Head. That's not bad, actually. I think I'll take that over the Plunger on account that this is more useful. I think there's also, like, possibly a rule where if a secret room isn't immediately accessible due to, like, a hole or something, or if like, a horseshoe is not immediately accessible through something like this, I don't think there can be a secret room over there either. And I'm not actually sure if that's true. I might be lying about that, but it seems right. I don't think I've ever seen it happen, at least, that there was just a hole outside of one of the potential entrances for a secret room, so I'm just gonna assume I'm right. And anyone that disagrees with me is... well, that's fine. I mean, I might be wrong. But, you know, I'm just saying. It's yeah. So what I'm gonna guess is that the secret room is to the left over here. We will see soon enough, though. We're just first going to destroy everything. Guppy's Head is actually quite a nice item in general, just because you can spawn a whole bunch of attack flies just per room. Because this is an item you can just keep using. And the flies also just, like, follow you through rooms and stuff. And there we go, look at that. Just a couple of extra coins. Would have preferred one of the health items I was talking about previously, but what are you gonna do? And an item which I can't see what it is. So, we're just gonna spend some more money on the donation machine, because why not? I'm actually gonna keep 5 coins, because one of the requirements for the arcade rooms is that you need to have at least 5 coins before entering the floor. So it might be a good idea to actually save up at least 5 just for that. Because we might gamble a little bit at the arcade. Oh god. We're not really getting the best items here. Like, this is like a big bomb, basically, that looks sort of like you. Eventually it explodes. I think it deals a fair amount of damage, but I really don't like using it. This is just a much better item, honestly. It takes 3 rooms to recharge as well. And because of that, it's just not that lovely. I think I'm gonna keep this. I don't... or do I want keys? Ooh, this is a tricksy one. I might actually prefer keys over bombs right now. I think I'll just continue over with the rest of the floor, and then I'll just come back for it, maybe. But I don't know yet. I don't know about that one just yet. There might be a super secret room over here. There is not. And probably, yeah, I can just go to the right. I guess I could have explored that first, and that would have been the more sensible thing to do. But I didn't, because I'm a dumb. But that's fine. I'll pick that up after I'm done. Soul hearts are kind of something you might want to leave for, like, the next... like, before you go to the next floor. On account that sometimes it's just better to have a soul heart for the next floor, because I've already lost pretty much all chance of a devil deal. I think there might still be a small chance that I'll get it, but the odds are just not in my favor right now. Oh right, I have the thing! I forgot I have the thing that makes me immune to the spikes. I forgot about that. Small detail. I think I'm still, like, not immune to, like, the sacrifice room ones, but I am immune to those, and that's something I'm just so not used to. So I can't actually just wander around here without any issue at all, but I forgot. Pestilence kind of a jerk. We're dealing a fair amount of damage right now, though, so it's not too bad. He can spawn enemies, and he can throw those exploding things, but yeah, our damage is pretty good right now, but we did take a lot of damage this floor, so there is that, I guess. And the Book of Revelations has appeared in the basement, which is actually not a bad item. And we get the Ball of Bandages on account that we... well, that's just what he drops. He either drops a ball of bandages or a cube of meat. And they have their uses. They actually deal a fair amount of damage, and they block tears as well. But to use them for damage, you actually have to run into the enemies themselves, and that can be a little bit scary. We don't want to do that. I don't think there's anything else I want to do here. I think I'm okay with not having as many keys, because I can use my stars card to enter the item room immediately. So I don't really need a key for that. And we get this thing. I don't actually know what's up with this baby. I don't really understand how it works, but it's a strange little one, and it just sort of follows you around and deals damage. There's a lot of these babies which just follow you around and just shoot while you shoot, and this one does that as well, but for some reason this one looks a bit weird. I think it might have to do with, like, what items you have in this particular one, but... so there's an effect called Are You a Wizard, and it makes your eyes look weird, and it makes you shoot left and right all the time. It's pretty great. It makes your tears kind of unusable, but that's fine. We're just gonna have to deal with it. It runs out after a while. Most of these effects, like, run out the moment you leave the room, And this one doesn't, because this game is mean. But we have our attack fly still from Guppy's head. And it'll run out after a while. I'm sure it does. Oh yeah, this is just perfect. This is the exact type of enemies we were going to want to fight with this nonsense going on. Okay, it ran out. So now we can actually just fire at them as per usual. But god, it is by far... Like, it's either that one and Amnesia are just the two worst ones. Even, like, including ones that just straight up deal damage to you. I really, really don't like those effects at all. But whatevs. We survived, we can move on. These guys are all shooting straight in front of them. There's also these same looking sort of enemy types that just don't have eyes and they shoot like 3 tiers in front of them. And they're also kind of jerks, but whatevs. I wonder if we're gonna get an arcade in this floor. It would be nice, but... At least we're getting a fair amount of money. An arcade would actually be pretty good because then we could get some more progress towards unlocking a certain item that you get by gambling a whole bunch. And given how much health we have, we might actually want to use the donation machine a couple times as well because for one, it gives you a whole bunch of money, and money is always great, of course, and it can also explode and give you a health up item as well, so... It's worth trying, although obviously we do lose health by doing so, and I'd rather only do it if there's already some just red hearts somewhere on this floor, or at least I'd get some soul hearts or something as some sort of buffer so I don't die, but we'll see about that. I could actually just continue in that direction, because again I could just walk over spikes and I keep forgetting I have that trinket. It is like such an unusual trinket, and it's one I don't get very often, and I'm just not used to using it ever. Because I'm generally just too scared to touch spikes. But today I was like, oh, I should get that key, because why not? But, yeah. Whatevs. Eventually I'll remember things like this again, and I'll properly use the things I have at my disposal. But most of the time, it's like, Spike is bad. Spike no touchy touchy. Or Spike does the owie owie. And obviously we want to avoid the owie owie. I don't think I'm going to use my world card here. I'm going to save it for the next floor. And indeed, we are going to get ourselves an arcade, which might be good. I would like to throw all my health into those machines, but I don't know what I'm going to do quite yet. I might actually just use all the machines here and just do something like this. Try and get some health back from these guys. That'll be good. And then just use the money that I get from the machine to gamble even more. And eventually, it's one big circle of me getting a whole bunch of bombs and things. So it's good. I'm actually just gonna set my health to like almost dead, I think. With some luck, we're just gonna get the item before we get to that point. But oh well. We will see. Also, like, taking damage like that doesn't reduce your chance of getting a devil deal. Like, it's only when you take damage from, like, your own bombs or if you take damage from an enemy. But if you run into one of those donation machines, then you don't actually lose a chance to get your devil deal, which is wonderful. Plus, because we're Samson, it's actually really useful to do that on account that we'll just deal a whole bunch more damage this floor. Also, this is the Scatoli. It puts poop on my head, but it also makes the flies not so mean towards us, and that's actually quite useful indeed, as you can probably imagine. And we killed Greed on this floor, so there's nothing we can actually buy. So I'm just going to try to get as much health out of this thing as possible. I wonder if this is a... Oh, it's luck up there. That might actually be good. I should probably use it as much as possible. I don't actually know if it increases your chances to win with these machines, but I think it mostly also like increases the odds of getting like items to drop when you kill everyone in a certain area. I think I'm just gonna lower myself to 1 heart to this thing. Let's blow this one up after 3 more coins. There's logic, there's method in my madness, as they say. And we didn't get more, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Maybe we'll get some more hearts as we go along, but at least we got this Scatoli, and hopefully that'll help us out at least a little bit. And I'm not actually sure where the secret room is. I'm guessing it's to the right over here, but this might be possible as well, actually. I'm gonna guess this one. And indeedly do. Random guesses are great. This guy takes keys, and I don't like that guy very much, so he's gonna die. He's dead now. And we can move on. Like, the key guy, he can take any number of keys. He'll drop, like, chests and stuff. And usually he just drops a whole bunch of junk. There are instances where he is actually quite useful, but I'm gonna say this isn't one of them. I'm just going to elect not to do that. I'm actually going to grab all of that right here. Maybe I'll go back to the arcade and gamble some more with the blood donation machinery dupe. But before we do that, we're just gonna kill everyone here. I'm probably gonna have to get used to my damage the next floor because our damage is ridiculous because of that donation machine right now. It's pretty great, actually. I'm gonna get all of these things. Bump. Ooh, Mask of Infamy. Always good to see, obviously. Yeah, as long as it works. And we're fighting Chubb, who is just probably gonna get fairly destroyed because of how much damage we're dealing right now. Like, look at how much damage we're just dealing with our tears right now. It's great. I'm liking it. Plus, we're poisoning him every now and then. Everything's going my way. And we got ourselves a devil-a-doolaboo. And it's one where you don't have to waste health, so that is like the best of every world, pretty much. And we got ourselves some soul hearts. Not bad at all. Nah, range down and bad gas. Alright, good stuff. Yep, I'm gonna go back to the arcade because I enjoy a nice long stroll. And I'm gonna get myself some more mun-muns. Man, this drink is actually really good for the floor we're getting right here. Because, man, there's a lot of spikes all over the place, and I think it might be one of the better trinkets, actually. Like, it's nice to get extra chance of stuff, but overall, this is working out in my favor quite well. 10 coins, not bad at all. There we go, we got ourselves an IV bag, which is basically just the item version of the donation machine, so I'm just gonna leave it at that and move on. You can also get a blood bag, but it's possible that you need to have used the blood donation machine X amount of time before you actually unlock that. And I'm not actually 100% sure about that, so I'm gonna guess that's probably the case right here. So, are we gonna try to get the super secret room? Yeah, we are. It might be the one above here as well, though. And if it isn't, then I'm just gonna move on because I don't want to waste all my bombs, obviously. Hooray! Random guesses are the best guesses. And, oh wow, a Lucky Rock. Do I want that more? Not really. Lucky Rock is pretty great, but we have decent amounts of money, so... And then there's this thing which spawns... I think it just spawns more like champion versions of enemies, so I don't really want that very much, as you can probably imagine. So we're just gonna go to the next floor, which is gonna be the depths. Is the depths going to contain cool things? We're gonna map it, that's for sure. And, well, we're going to the bottom right first, on account that everything is over there, so that's a pretty good reason, I'd say. So, man, a death card would be really good right here. It would just destroy all these guys in one blow, and we wouldn't have to worry about all these nasty things trying to kill us that they're currently doing an alright job at. We've gotten hit once, which is good enough for them, honestly. If they can get one hit in, then it's already a loss for me. We want to try to never take down... How did that guy still manage to hit me there? I think he's using cheats. And I'm gonna blow up 4 rocks over here and then use the remaining bomb for the secret room over there. Hopefully we can get ourselves a cool little health up. If not, then I'm mad and I'm gonna be crying for the next 15 years. And no one wants to see that pretty picture. It's just too beautiful in so many ways. Give me health, please. I would like health, please. These are coins. Maybe I can buy some health off of someone, but I'm going to say that is fairly unlikely. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, actually. So these guys still not really friendly, and because there's so many of them, I'm kind of scared. And these 2 of them are going to explode when they die. So I might actually, like, I could use the meat cube, because the meat cube, you can actually, like, kill them without being behind them. Obviously, the problem with these green ones is that I would just die on account of explosions, but at least we killed all the normal ones. So now we just need to focus on the big, super scary ones. Oh god. And I'm doing that wrongly. Oh, that's fine. Poison also actually works through the mask itself. Like, you can just attack the mask and they will still get poisoned. And that is quite convenient, as you can probably imagine. And be gone. Give me... Oh my god. That is an interesting one. I think I'll take it. Why not? The Ludovico technique. Now I have one tier. And apparently... Oh, right, my Mongo baby. And I can move it all over the place. I don't know if this was a good idea, but it's a fun idea, and that's all I really care about. So this is... I believe the item is called Magic Fingers or something like that. I don't really like it that much. You basically deal damage by spending a coin. And it deals some damage. I think it depends on how much damage you actually deal just in general. And usually, it's not that great with that item, honestly. I don't really like using it that much. Would have been nice to have a bomb there as well. But I just don't have that many. I wish there were more. I wish there were more bomb drops. But yeah, you just sort of aim your tier into the enemies. And this is actually quite funny with Brimstone because it's just one big red circle of death that you're throwing at enemies when you combine it with this one. But we unfortunately do not get Brimstone this run, most likely. I nearly took damage there. I pretty much ran right into the trajectory of that tier, which wouldn't have been a very good idea, but sometimes you just don't have a choice or something. Floors, like, rooms like this is just, like, perfect for this particular item, just because you don't have to deal with them trying to kill you all the time. And it's nice. It makes me feel nice and safe. And I think I'm going to go back for that golden chest over there. I might also break one of those skulls, but I'm just going to do this on account that golden chests are cool, I believe. I regret my decision, but then again, I don't know what I would get from these skulls either, so what are you going to do? This is, it could have been worse. At least, one nice thing about my current build is that these flies could have been hostile, and now they're not, so I don't have to be so scared. This is actually quite a useful item, because flies can be kind of tricky to kill with this thing. This is an Eternal Heart, and that's kind of nice. I'm gonna leave that there for now. Basically, it sort of takes over, like, the last red heart you have. Not so much take over, it counts as like half of a red heart, I think. At least it did in the previous game. I don't know if it still does in this game, but if you leave the floor with one, you get an extra health container. And for obvious reasons, I want that. So I'm going to actually leave that there. Also, if I find a second one on this floor, it will also just combine the two into one new heart container as well. So either way, it's going to be pretty great. And it means I only need one more health up to unlock Maggie. And hopefully we can get that. That would be great. Oh god. Just don't move. And you won't take damage, apparently. That room is, it looks very scary, but it's not, apparently. I was a little scared, I'm gonna admit. I was kind of hoping for something here again. But you're just giving me nothing. That's fine as well, I suppose. You could also just drop absolutely nothing instead of the fairly frequent dropping soul heart from those blue fires. They drop pretty frequently from those fires, so it's generally worthwhile, but I guess that was an exception to the rule. But these guys are kind of the same as the Brimstone type enemies, except that they shoot like this little chub type thing. And I think they deal like 1 heart of damage whenever they hit, so obviously you don't want to get hit by that. Also, it's it usually also blocks tears, but this is just like the Ludo technique is just great because it just goes through everything. It ignores walls, it ignores just about everything really, and it's good. That's telepills. That put me all the way back here. That's just wonderful. Again, it's a good thing we're not really going for, like, time, because that would not have helped at all. I guess we might as well break these, given that we're here anyway. We got a tarot card, so we can teleport back to this particular room we were just in. That's good. That's, very useful. But I think I'm going to ignore it for now, and instead we're gonna move forward. And hopefully get something more interesting. Yeah, these guys just walk in a very specific pattern, so they don't do much. They can get pretty scary in, like, tight rooms, but this is not a very tight room. And they sort of got stuck into each other there, so all in all, nothing to worry about. These guys are probably some of the more annoying enemies, though. There used to be, like, these jumpy dudes, the jumpy leg dudes, which were really annoying because they had a similar attack, but these guys also throw projectiles all over the place, and it's just rude. Does this work with this item? Oh god, yeah, it does. Look at that. I'm just holding left right now, and that's how the tier is going. It's kind of an hilarious item, but obviously it's not ideal. But yeah, it's fun when you have normal tiers, though, because it'll make your tears basically fly in a similar fashion. It's neat, but we're not going to use that. This is also another room which is quite useful with the Ludo technique, because you just sort of stand here and kill them from a distance. There we go. And just get rid of these ones over here. These flies like get violent when you start destroying their poo over here. And fortunately we still have this Catole, so we wouldn't have been able to take damage from that guy anyway, but or at least not when the poop is destroyed. I think you can still take damage from him when he's like circling it, but not afterwards. Oh god, this guy. I do not like this guy at all. This guy has a couple nasty attacks. He's basically the same as the super fatty, except that when he jumps, he does this, and I'm fairly certain that that stuff that's coming out of it is just completely random where it flies, and it's so annoying. It is so very annoying, because it can just take like the weirdest route and somehow still manage to get to you. Like, look at how close that got. It makes me feel nervous, and dodging it can just be a complete nightmare because of it, and I don't like that very much. But that's pretty much the only real dangerous attack, but he has a decent chance of using that all the time, and it makes me sad. Are these health ups at all? Yeah. Oh, wow. Alright, cool. That is actually quite useful. I'm a little bit worried with taking these tiers because they could be health downs because we don't know what they are. So I think I'm actually just going to leave those there. And this would actually have been nice if I wasn't trying to get Maggie right now. So instead, I'm just going to ignore it. That item would have given me flying, so that would have been pretty useful, obviously. And normally it would also give you the ability to shoot tiers through rocks, which is not really useful right now because we can already do that anyway. So it would just given us flying. It would have been pretty useful though, especially with the amount of heart containers we have, and we don't really use those to their full capacity right now either, just because we're like on hard mode, hearts just don't drop very often, and because of that it becomes less useful to have this many heart containers. And honestly, I'd rather just have soul hearts. But this should unlock Maggie, I think. I think it's 7 plus, wasn't it? There we go, Magdalene. And we have unlocked challenge number 5 and challenge number 10. I forgot about that challenge. That one was actually pretty hilarious, but we're just gonna keep moving. We'll just move on. These guys could actually be kind of tricky to kill because the way they sort of like move depending on how you move around, and it can be kind of tricky to hit with Ludo, but we did okay. I hate these guys. I keep forgetting I have this trinket where I can just walk over spikes though. It is, it's so unusual to be able to do that without being able to fly at the same time. And it makes me confused in many ways. But whatever. We are sort of surviving. Wow. Alright. So there is like the occasional instance where the route to the boss room is just like really close to the entrance. It's really unlikely that it happens, but it does happen from time to time. And this is one of those instances. And I could go to Mom right now, but I'm gonna do that later. I'm first gonna explore the area a little bit. Death, Emperor. Emperor teleports you to the boss room, so that's definitely more useful than the Fool card that I was hogging right there. But I'm gonna keep Death for now, on account that it puts us like one step closer to unlocking an item that you get by using the Death card a whole bunch of times. There we go. And I'll go back for that Emperor card when we're going to the boss anyway. This is basically the portable version of the gambling machine. That's the one I was looking for, the slot machine. And it's pretty good. It's pretty useful. It definitely has a couple of interesting synergies with items that we're not going to be seeing for quite a while, but it has its uses, and it's going to be pretty great. I might actually want to go back for the Fool card in this regard, because my health, I want to try to not take red heart damage. There is a chance of still getting devil deals here, and since we've like gotten Maggie unlocked, I wouldn't mind just using one every now and then. So I might go into that curse room and then like fool out, as they say, unless I can get another heart from here. And I don't, because I am not the luckiest man in the world. Although I did just get a moon card, and that is actually quite lucky in that particular regard. Do I want... Yes, I guess I do. So these slots can sometimes also contain money. I don't know if you'd call them slots, because that's literally just a Dutch word for lock, but I'm just gonna call them slots now because apparently that's how I'm gonna roll this day. And these heads only try to damage me when all the enemies are not yet dead. Yeah, the blood doesn't actually even damage me either with this trinket. It's so good. Definitely quite a good trinket indeed, and I always forget just how useful it is. It actually took me quite a while to even figure out what it did, because I'm always just really paranoid about jumping into spikes and things, because they're spikes and they hurt, and they're supposed to hurt, and this thing is ruining the natural balance of the world, but it's so good. It's so good, so good, so good. And our health is actually becoming pretty good. We're getting a lot of hearts in this one. Oh my god, are you serious? Holy Mantle. Alright. Well, that changes things a bit. Holy Mantle means you can take 1 hit of damage per room and you won't lose health. It's pretty ridiculous. And really, really good. So I'm pretty happy about that, actually. I am pretty... gosh diddly darn happy about getting that particular item because it makes life a lot less stressful. You can enter curse rooms without like losing health as well, so I can just walk in there. And it's great. It's just really good. Nothing else to say about it, really. It's just a really, really good item. So I think we're just gonna walk in that general direction. How long have you been playing? 34 minutes already. Time flies when you're slowly destroying your enemies. And that's exactly what we're doing. The enemies can still take damage from these spikes as well. Like the enemy, it might not be immediately obvious, but enemies do take damage from those spikes. And you may have just seen me like blink for a bit, and that means that I just took damage like while the Holy Mantle was still active. So technically, if I took damage now, I would lose health. But because I'm going to the next room, it's active again. So it's so good. It's one of the best items in the game for one particular character. We actually got 10 coins. Just for opening that lock, which is also pretty ridiculous. But fair enough, I suppose if the game wants to give me that, then I am not going to stop it from doing that. I wonder actually if this trinket would stop me from taking damage when I try to go into a curse room, because I'm not actually sure about that. I guess we're going to figure out now, because then we would start blinking the moment we touch the door, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it would damage you, so there is still that. So, over here, you can just sort of push your bomb in there. Destroys all the fire. Didn't get a single soul heart because apparently the blue fire just hates me these days. And we're out. And we are right next to where we just were. Fair enough, I guess, but it means we're gonna have to use a bomb to get out of here. Gonna grab that battery just so I can get a couple extra flies. Gotta remember to take the Emperor card, which is in the next room. I'm actually gonna just break these skulls as well on the hope of actually getting anything out of these things. And we got a 2 of clubs, which I might as well just destroy one of these and then use it. The 2 of clubs, it gives you twice the amount of bombs you have. Unless you have 0, and then you just get 2 bombs. And on account that I had 1 bomb, it would have just been the same effect basically. So I might as well use it like that. Now we're fighting Mom. Ludo, pretty good for this on account that you can just keep the tier in there for a while, but you simultaneously still have to worry about the enemies that are coming towards you. So you want to be a little bit careful at least, but in fact, arguably Ludo might not even be that good for this boss on account that he keeps moving from place to place. I guess it's she, but you know, details. I don't know about all these fancy words people are using these days. But we're just gonna try not to lose 3 full hearts of damage, which granted is fairly unlikely that that will actually happen, but there's always a chance. Also, the Mongo baby is just pretty much useless with this weapon because you like don't really want to fire in one direction constantly on account that it will just move your tier as well. So with the exception of maybe this boss where you can like put it to the right all the time, it's usually not very useful to have it on the right all the time because the parts you can damage keep moving all over the room. So it's like, I don't know about this. There we go. Didn't get a double deal, which is really unfortunate actually, but it's not so bad. Not so bad. Got ourselves a speed up, so that's neat. Got ourselves a devil card. I don't know if doing that unlocks anything at some point if you use a bunch of them, so we're just gonna use it just in case. And we're just gonna leave, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. And in this first room floor, a utero this time, which is, I believe, the harder version of the womb. We're just gonna try not to get destroyed by poops again, kind of like in that Azazel run we had the other time. That was, I still remember that run. It still, like, burns my mind, but that's mostly because I have recorded, like, 4 Isaac run today, so that would have something to do with it, I suppose. Is this the 4th one? I'm not even sure. Numbers are hard. Let's just keep going. Oh my god, this is a lucky poop. So I guess we don't even need to unlock this, but basically, if you have this, the odds of you getting an item out of poop just increases by so much. It just seems to be much more effective to destroy those when you have that. But given that we're already all the way over here, I'm not gonna grab it just because it's not as useful. It's mostly useful in like the first couple of floors, in my opinion. It is still kind of useful here, but there's just a lot more poop in the first couple of floors for some reason. And I don't really know why that is. It's just how it is. So again, just try to get it in the middle here and destroy everyone. That was a little bit close, but it's not like we don't have a lot of health right now. We actually have so much health right now. I didn't think we'd get a run where we'd get this much health at any recent point, because I usually don't really like trying to go for red heart containers, because usually it's like, oh cool, devil deal, I'll take those over whatever I'm currently having. I can see forever. I can see forever is actually quite nice because it opens up secret rooms for the rest of the floor. It's quite useful. One of the more useful pills, arguably, on account that you don't need to look for secret rooms anymore. Obviously, if you have like a blue map, then you can see secret rooms as well, but this works quite well as well. But we're just gonna keep going. We found our boss room, which is actually quite nice. In the womb, I just like to keep going and try to find the boss room as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what we did. And I don't think we took damage so far, so if we can like do this without taking any damage and then do the next floor as well, that would be good. But then again, I've said that several times now, and every time I've taken damage like 4 seconds after saying that, so hopefully that doesn't happen. And with this boss, he has so many attacks which are just seemingly just completely random, and we did just lose our thingy there, and this might be it. Alright, we're looking out so far, but I'm not gonna cheer just yet. This boss is such a jerk when it comes to random moves. Like, that could just go anywhere, which is why I'm just staying completely still right now. Those purple tears are actually homing tears. They don't home very well, but they home. They try. Oh my god, that was close. That was way closer than it needed to be because I got stuck on the wall over here. Alright. I don't actually know if it counts as taking damage if you, like, take these, but they're not particularly good items, so I think I'm just gonna leave. Do I want to have flying? I probably do. Yeah. Yeah, I probably do, actually. Because I'm just gonna use the Emperor card immediately on the next floor. So all we have to worry about is trying to beat Mom without taking damage, which is obviously not as easy as it sounds, but let's hope we can try. And let's go, I guess. These items are all basically useless, so let's do it. Let's see what we can do. Beat Mom's heart without taking damage. How hard can that be, right? Easy peasy, she just shoots a million projectiles all over the place. And I need to move a tier around at the same time, but, you know, at least I can just keep it over here while this is happening. I don't need to, like, be in specific locations to hit her, so that's kind of nice at least. Plus, we're moving pretty fast right now because of this horse. And, her own tears just killed that particular enemy over there, so that's nice. Well, oh god. Oh, the Mask of Infamy actually blocked an attack there, which is rare, to say the least. Oh god. These guys are so annoying as well, because they can just pop up everywhere. And they shoot a whole bunch of tears. And I don't like any of this. This is way too much stuff to look at once, but I think we should be okay if we keep doing it like this. God, this is just quite a terrible build, actually. I'm sort of noticing this just now, but oh god. Like, I would have preferred if I just had a lot more damage at this point, but we're sufficing, is that a word? I'm just gonna pretend it is. On account that I just used it in a sentence, so therefore it counts. Just need to survive this for a little bit longer. Come on. it stopped doing anything. Alright, cool. So I believe that should give us Boom Baby. I don't even know what it's called, but let's just end this. Let's just leave. Look at this ending over here. I don't even remember what we get from this one. Yay! And I guess that's less good, but that unlocks, well, the Fighting Baby, because we did that with Samson, and it unlocks Transcendence, which is actually not bad. And we got ourselves the Solar System Challenge, and we got Mama's Boy, which means that we have beaten the womb without taking any damage. Usually you'll get achievement like the ones for beating the basement without taking any damage first, but apparently we're just going to go and do it in a pretty reverse order instead. But that's that. We have gotten our third mom kill. Didn't get a devil deal in that last room over there, which is unfortunate, but nothing to be done about that, unfortunately. And maybe next time we will be able to go to Satan once more. Or maybe we'll do a challenge. I haven't really decided yet, but we'll see next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next run of Isaac. Bye-bye.